Why do individuals self-injure? Some reasons include relief from negative feelings and irrational thoughts. Although some individuals experience relief from stress when they consume alcohol, drugs, or overeat, others experience relief through self-injury. Self-injury can be seen as a way to communicate their physical and emotional pain. Their wounds or marks tell a story of their thoughts and feelings. Others self-injure to seek control of their intense emotions. It may be easier to handle physical pain than emotional pain. For instance, a cut can be made small or big. The individual may nurture or help the cut to heal by putting alcohol or a bandage on it. However, it is difficult to place a bandage on emotional pain. Although they think that they have the control, self-injurious behaviors show a lack of control of their emotional pain. Another reason individuals self-injure is because they feel they should be punished. Some self-injure to reenact a traumatic experience, such as abuse. Others may experience emotional numbness or feel disconnected with the world around them, and inflicting pain may help them feel alive. Self-injury also releases endorphins in the bloodstream that produce a rush or a natural high. Many who self-injure want to experience this euphoria during their time of distress. Finally, those who self-injure with a group of peers may do this for group cohesion. Feeling a part of a group gives them a sense of belonging or a bond amongst peers. Self-injury and suicide tend to be linked together because both are inflictions of pain. However, there are significant differences between them. Let's start with self-injury. For example, most individuals who self-injure do not wish to end their lives or have a persistent thought of dying. Their intent for self-injury is to experience relief, control, and communicate their pain. Their self-injurious behaviors may continue even when a stressful situation improves or changes. Self-injury may bring relief and can be an addictive behavior due to the release of endorphins that gives the person a natural high or rush. Self-injury can be of a low lethality as long as they avoid harming themselves in the areas of the body that are sensitive, like major arteries. Although they may seriously get hurt, it is usually not their intent to end their lives. Individuals who self-injure may receive negative reactions from others such as hostility, disgust, or disciplinary actions. For instance, these individuals may be suspended for bringing a blade with an intent to use it to self-injure. Self-injury is an unhealthy and addictive coping mechanism. Now let's look at the suicide. Individuals who are suicidal report wanting to die and have thoughts about death. They may want to die because they feel hopeless, depressed, and worthless. Unlike those who self-injure, there is a possibility that individuals who have suicidal ideation will improve when the stressful situation is removed. However, they need to believe that there is some hope that they can survive their life stressors, pain, and suffering. Individuals who are suicidal have significant trouble finding a relief from their situation and consequently see suicide as their only option, making this a high lethality situation. Finally, individuals who are suicidal may provoke a provocative response from others. For instance, if a student attempts suicide at school, he or she may not get suspended for bringing pills to overdose. School professionals may want to assess and help the student in order to prevent future suicide attempts. Individuals who are suicidal, who self-injure, are hurting and they need to be treated. However, the treatment approaches are different for both. For instance, DISD school professionals such as counselors who learn about the student's suicidal ideation should administer and follow the protocol for the Suicide Risk Assessment, or the SRA. If the results of the SRA are a significant concern, then the counselor may request that the parent or guardian take the child to a mental health hospital for further evaluation and to possibly get admitted to the hospital due to being a danger to himself or herself. If the student is self-injured to seek relief from negative feeling, irrational thought, or another reason, then the SRA would not be the appropriate protocol to follow. A self-injury protocol would be appropriate. Asking the family to take their child to a mental health hospital is also not recommended, given that the child may not be admitted due to not wanting to end his or her life. A team from the Department of Psychological and Social Services collaborated with the district staff, reviewed professional resources, and examined protocols from other school districts in order to create a self-injury protocol that is culturally sensitive and practical for such a unique and large urban school district. The protocol continues to evolve, and feedback from the DISD school professionals will be used to improve the document. The protocol explains how to handle individual self-injury, group self-injury, and bystander needs. It also contains many forms that can assist in a school response. The forms are currently available in English, but will be translated in other languages commonly used, spoken by DISD families. Each page of the protocol describes the roles of the psychological and social service staff, counselors, nurses, administrators, teachers, DISD police officers, and parents or guardians. The form that could be used by each staff member are indicated on the chart with an X. The protocol starts by providing school professionals and families with the definition of self-injury and describes what it looks like when a student self-injures individually or in groups. The protocol also describes the needs of bystanders. The second page describes the role that staff members from the Department of Psychological and Social Services should play when they learn of the student's self-injury. PSS staff members are assigned to multiple schools and may be licensed specialists in school psychology or licensed school social workers. In a situation where a student or group self-injures, the PSS staff member acts as a support to the school, helping staff complete their assigned roles and providing mental health resources and recommendations. If the counselor is not on campus, but the PSS staff is, he or she may take on the counselor's role of interviewing students and determining student needs. PSS is also available to train school staff on self-injury topics as needed. Counselors play a major role in self-injury protocol. They promote student mental health and academic success, and most of them are placed in one school, which provides the opportunity to get to know the students, families, and staff members. Counselors are the ones who screen the student to see if the self-injury is suicidal or non-suicidal. They develop a safety plan with the student, schedule an action plan meeting within 5 school days, and contact those who need to attend the meeting. During the meeting, they provide an overview to the students, parents, and guardians on what self-injury is and share the report made about the student's self-injury and the child's responses to the safety plan. They highlight the responsibilities parents have in order to help their child minimize self-injury at school and in other settings, and they will ask the parents to sign a notification letter of student self-injury. The counselor or designated professional is encouraged to check in with the student in the mornings for approximately 10 school days to make sure that the student is okay and the action plan is being followed. If the student decides to use a strategy in class to minimize self-injury, like drawing or journaling, the counselor is encouraged to inform the teacher so the teacher is aware that this is part of the action plan. Finally, a fax or copy of the incident report can be given to the PSS staff member in case further support is needed. Nurses also play an important role in students' physical and mental health. Since the nurse's role is to determine the severity of the student's self-injury and provide first aid, they should be the first one to know of any student's self-injury at school. After providing first aid, they may escort the student to the counselor. If the counselor is not at the school to screen the student, nurses may be able to do the screening and consult with the counseling supervisor or staff member from psychological and social services. The nurses need to inform the administrator and students' parents or guardians about the student self-injury immediately Inform the counselor about the incident the next time he or she is at the school and participate in the action plan meeting. One of the administrator's roles is to keep their students and staff members at their campus safe. Administrators are usually proactive and consult with their counselors, nurses, staff member from PSS, and district officers about how to help a student who's self-injured at school or if any concerns or questions arise. They are encouraged to reassure the student who's self-injured that he or she is not in trouble and that the school is here to support the student, not the behavior. They are also asked not to suspend students whose self-injury, as services may be delayed if they cannot be in school, to be screened, evaluated, and or supported. Further, they are encouraged to be part of the meeting to help develop the action plan to minimize self-injurious behaviors at school. Additionally, administrators should be aware that sometimes students provide objects or substance to help other students self-injure. Therefore, an appropriate investigation should be made to determine if disciplinary action is needed as a result. Collaboration with the counselor and student disciplinary department will be necessary. Further, the counselor should know that the names of the students who provided other students the means to self-injure in case further support is needed. The teachers are usually the first ones to notice and report concerns regarding their students' academic and social skills, behavior, and emotional well-being. Therefore, they are extremely valuable and they are the eyes and the ears of the school. If a student self-injures in any part of the school, teachers should remain calm and let the student know what they think they saw. Teachers may escort the student to the nurse's office to check the severity of the self-injury and use the report form to document what they learned or observed and give it to the counselor. Teachers may also know of the students who were affected by the peer's self-injury, and again, they should document and report to the counselor for further support. Additionally, if a student is providing another student with the means to self-injure, it is pertinent that this information be documented on the form and reported to the administrator and the counselor. Teachers may be invited to the meeting. However, if a teacher cannot come, it is encouraged for the counselor to update the teacher on the strategies that the student agreed to use in the classroom to minimize self-injury.